here in front of the Israeli School, Universal Practical Knowledge, the Philadelphia Division, here at 3226 Cheltenham Avenue in Philadelphia. We're standing in front of the school right now, getting a description of the 12 tribe sign that's been painted by one of the brothers that was in the school: Judah, Benjamin, Levi, Simeon, Zebulun, Ephraim, Manasseh, Gad, Reuben, Naphtali, Asher, and Issachar. Those are the 12 tribes of Israel.
Shalom. Shalom. You've been waiting for this day, so this day has finally come. A lot of you have been wondering where this knowledge that you've been hearing is coming from, and the powerful truth that you've been hearing, how this was established. Well, we finally were able to arrange for the priests to come down from New York and spend some time with us. And I'd like to introduce them if I can. These are some great brothers. We're very glad to have them with us. We want to make them feel as warm as possible, because this is their work and the extension of their work and what they've laid down some time ago. I'd like to introduce, first of all, priest and Sixth Shield General, 4th in command in the nation of Israel, Lahab. I'd like to salute this brother. Macho. Barak. Yeshabim, which means sit. And I'm going to turn it over now to Priest General Lahab.
Water, brother. I'd like to say this, starting off, we're very impressed at your school here, and we're very impressed to see that the brothers and sisters in Philadelphia think enough of the Most High and the Bible and the truth and your nationality to be a part of this, because most of the brothers and sisters are running from the truth.
Hey, Shalom, Lord Christ. It's Officer 5000 Jeremiah, the camp leader of Atlanta, Georgia, and I'm here to invite you, Black, Hispanic, and Native American Indian people, to the ISUPK 57 annual Passover, hosted by Commanding General Yohana, the leader of this nation, Saturday, April 4th, at the BH Ranch, Houston, Texas. Shalom. Be there. Hey, Shalom, Lord Christ. It's Officer 5000 Jeremiah, the camp.
It's that time of year. We're going to be in Houston, Texas from April 1st to April 5th, celebrating the Lord's 57th annual Passover under Commanding General Yohana. Jam-packed, full of events, line dances, fishing, horseback riding, rides for the kids, bounce houses, and the annual lamb slaughter held at the BH Ranch. And it ain't no party like the all-black party, the annual all-black party 14149 Player Street in Houston, Texas, you know it's going to be lit. All leading up to Saturday, April 4th, the Lord's 57th annual Passover. You still got time. Go to isupk.com to pay your Passover fee. 18 and over, $200. You do not want to miss the Lord's 57th annual Passover. Houston, Texas. Shalom.
Shalom. This is to all Israelite groups and all Israelite communities and all breakoffs from One West and breakoffs from breakoffs from breakoffs from breakoffs. No matter what rainbow uniform you wear, red, white, purple and white, all white, it don't matter. You should all treat the ISUPK like your weird, misunderstood Sabbaths. You shouldn't do anything until you counsel with the ISUPK. We'll tell you when and what to eat. We'll tell you who to marry. We'll tell you who to have sex with and how. We'll tell you how to resolve conflicts with your wives. We'll tell you how to resolve conflicts with your kids, your brothers, your sisters, your parents, your friends, everybody. We'll tell you when and how to pray. We'll tell you how to direct your life in a way that's pleasing to the Most High God of Israel and our Black King Yahushua, a.k.a. Jesus Christ. We will be to you instead of a God. Just like the Most High told Moses in Exodus 4:16 that Aaron would be to him instead of a mouth and he would be to Aaron instead of a God, that's what we'll do for you. It is what you all need because none of you know what the fuck you are doing. I pray you understand. Shalom.
Shalom, Israel. It's time to come get your full dose of truth for the week. You got Mondays, history class, taught by Officer 500 Shariwan and Officer 500 Ahabawan. 7 to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Tuesday, you got Word to the Unwise podcast from 6 to 7 p.m. Followed by the main event, Captain and Priest Hadaria Allah, teaching scripture breakdown, the Bible like you never heard it before. 7 to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard. Wednesday, we got Priest and Officer 1000 Awaja teaching you all about the law. Tune in. 7 to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Thursday, you got myself, Priest and Officer 5000 Kazak Moth, joined by Priest and Officer 500 Barak Yah, teaching you the Brotherhood class from 5 to 7 p.m. Friday, learn to speak in the Holy Tongue, the Lashawan Kodash class, taught by Officer 1000 Katab. 7 to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Hey, listen, brothers and sisters, man. If you like what you hear, hit the subscribe button, man. Subscribe to this channel. And also, please, go to isupk.com and pay your tithe. Drop me some cash so we can move around this planet like we need to, man, and do the things we need to do.
They're One West. They're One West. They're One West. They're...
Hey, shalom, Israel. Shalom, shalom. Yabashim Shabrakatah.
Yabashim Shabrakatah, sir. Can you hear us?
Khan, how's my sound?
Oh, you sound excellent, sir. Excellent, sir.
Most High in Christ.
Let me control if you don't mind.
Khan, go ahead.
Shalom, Yabashim Shabrakatah to the brothers. Yabashim Shabrakatah. Yahweh Shamar Lathah by Hashem Yahweh Shai to the sisters. We are the ISUPK under Commanding General Yohana, right? And what we teach is the truth behind this Bible, right? And we've been doing this since 1969, 125th Street, Harlem, New York, teaching Black brothers, Native American brothers, Hispanic brothers and sisters that we are the chosen people of the Most High God, right? That and this Bible proves it so. This Bible proves it so, right? And today, we're going to get into something heavy for you today, right? We're going to get into the psyche, right, of how your oppressor deals with you, right? It says, white lies prevent you from believing in the Bible. You got all these individuals around here that talking about they so spiritual. I don't believe in a certain religion. I'm spiritual.
Yeah.
Sounds like that stuff you stuff in the grass when you walking across the grass and you delivering mail, right? To me. Now, sir, if I may, because I don't got too many words I can say today. Because
go ahead.
Yo, I got a video, and this video gonna show two sides I want to show real quick. It's a snippet of a movie because you don't watch movies, so I figure I'll bring this snippet. And this show's gonna show you right now, Israel. Like if you read Deuteronomy 28 and 68, it's gonna show you that you were sold unto your enemies, right? You were sold unto your enemies. It shows you a couple things, right? It shows you not to follow the way of the oppressor. It also shows you that you can't believe in the same God as your enemy. You cannot believe in the same God as your enemy because because your prayers are different. You got that, Kahar? Watch this, sir.
My master is an evil man, Lord. You know he evil. If you can't change his soul, take him. Take him, Lord. Strike my master down.
You heard what she said? My master is the evil man, Lord. Right? Look what she's praying for. She said, my master is the evil man, Lord. He says, if you can't change him, take him. Right? What is she praying for? The death of her enemies. Right? We're gonna be celebrating that during Passover, right? That's coming up April 4th in Houston. Right? That's what we're gonna be doing. Passover. I want you to hear this second part, sir. Watch this. Just for that little bit right there. Because we broke it up. That's why I just want to hear that prayer and then the other part. I think we can pay a certain amount. Yep. Play that little bit right there. Watch this.
Lord, don't listen to Minty.
That's it. Pause right there. That's it. You can end it.
Damn, he said, Lord, don't listen to Mindy.
You know what that proves, sir? One or two things. Either we ain't praying to the same God.
Yeah.
Or we cannot do what? Follow the ways of our oppressor.
God. Yeah, it's both for sure. Yeah. That's heavy, Habawan. Go ahead.
No, it's on you, sir. You know, I gotta take another.
God, no sweat. Yeah, that's so heavy. You know what I mean? And it falls right in line with this class. Like there's a scripture that speaks on it in Ezekiel where it says, you know, the nation of Israel would be devoured by the beasts of the field. And we have literally been destroyed in this kingdom. You know what I mean? For lack of a better word, we've been such an abused and oppressed people, namely under the children of Esau, the children of Edom. They have done a number on us since our destruction as a nation. You understand? And it's so, man, I don't know how to explain it, but it's painful to watch when I see my people, Blacks, Hispanics, and Indigenous, actually look up to this nation as a source of righteousness. You know what I mean? We look up to these people to teach us morality, to teach us the ways of life. One of the things that it always sits so heavy with me is like every white man will teach you to work your ass off for 40, 45, 50 years, and life is about that retirement. And it's like you're going to submit your entire life to money, waking up every day, 9 to 5. You know, 9 to 5 was an old concept. Now brothers working 2, 3 jobs, you know what I mean? 10, 11-hour shifts, 70, 80 hours a week. Like, this place will have you conditioned to believe that your whole purpose in life is to make money under your oppressor and build his kingdom up. And once you've done a good job as being a good slave and building his kingdom, now you can retire and have a little peace. You know what I mean? And, you know, me being a brother who has been in construction, we actually have a saying in construction where we have some of the best pensions in the world, but we don't get to live to see it. Yeah, and I've seen so many construction workers they finally hit that retirement age and they die within the next 2 years. I remember this man went and bought some $100,000, what do you call them? Those RVs. Spent all his money and his savings on some $100,000 RV, and then he died the next year. You know what I mean? And it's like to fall in line with your oppressor ways of thinking. You know what I mean? He'll really truly teach you how to be a good slave here inside of America. You know what I mean? So there's let's get into the topic. You know what I mean? We're gonna break down some of the lies that we've inherited by this abusive race of people. There's a saying in Jamaica where when we would see the good ship Jesus come to the shores, for everybody to run to the hills, because we knew our oppressor was coming, you know, to bring nothing but pain and misery and abuse. You know what I mean? That was a saying that we had, and that's the spirit of our oppressor. It is all throughout the Bible. If you could, Ahabawan, I'm gonna just get you to read one verse. I'm not gonna ask you for much tonight. If you could grab Isaiah, what is that? Isaiah chapter 3 and verse 12. I want to read that verse. And Ka'ar, if you could pull up the psychology of a child. And Ka'ar, read that when you got that pulled up.
Sir, I got it.
Ka'ar, go ahead.
This is Isaiah chapter 3 and verse 12. As for my people, children are their oppressors.
Children are their oppressors. Like this is wisdom of the Bible. And what Ahabawan said earlier, you know, you had mentioned the truth and how valuable the truth is. You know, and in the ISUPK, we teach the truth. Christ said, "Ye shall know the truth, and the truth shall set you free."
Damn right.
You know what I mean? And that truth is found from the word of God. It's found in the Bible. It's found from the prophets, from the men of the Lord who understand what it is that the Most High wants the children of Israel to know. Right? Christ said, "Don't cast your pearls to swine."
Damn right.
What is your pearls? It's your knowledge. It's these laws, statutes, and commandments. It's the wisdom of God, right? The wisdom of the world is foolishness to God. The wisdom of this Bible is going to be the stability of thy times. I'm paraphrasing a few verses. So we got to understand that children are our oppressors. That is the truth. That is the truth of who our oppressor is. The truth of who our enemy is, like Ahabawan showed. You know what I mean? These people raped, robbed, and murdered all of our ancestors. They've been abusing us from the day we came on these shores. They've been abusing the native Indian, the North American Indians from the time they've come over here. You know what I mean? 2025, they still don't have clean drinking water on reservations. Meanwhile, sending billions of dollars to Ukraine, billions of dollars in funding to Israel. Going to downtown New York and, you know, giving fresh water and watering all the plants downtown New York, but you can't give some damn water to the natives on the reserves. Go ahead, Alban.
I said that's heavy what you're saying, sir, because you'll go downtown and see them watering all the plants and the flowers all downtown, where, you know, your oppressor likes to shop and hang out and party, but yet and still our brothers and sisters are breaking out in rashes because the water in Flint.
Right.
Because what they did was they choose to go a cheaper route. It's all a money thing for them. They chose to go a cheaper route to supply water to Flint. And guess what happened? The piping in it was get ate up by the water. Right.
Mm-hmm.
This water is coming through the faucets, right? And it's pouring on kids, young adults, women and children, you know, our brothers and sisters' skin, and it's making them break out.
Mm-hmm.
We don't usually have the skin issues like our oppressors have.
Yeah.
Think about it. We can go out in the sun We can go out in the sun. They can't go out in the sun. Not too long.
Mm-hmm.
They'll develop skin cancer, right? This water there is trying to do the same thing that the sun. Think about it. They made a man-made issue that the water in Flint is doing the same, trying to do the same thing to our people that the sun does to the oppressor.
Yeah. And, and adding on to that, they'll always say that, the issue with the clean water is, underdevelopment or poor development. And they want to act like you don't have the funds, the monetary funds to put money into, creating the proper facilities that will clean the water. When you just look up how much billions of dollars did they send to Israel last year? How much billions of dollars did they send to Ukraine? How much billions of dollars did they spend on bombing some Venezuelan boat that is doing nothing to nobody? It's absolute insanity. You know what I mean? And again, the Bible says children are our oppressors.
Damn right.
Children do a lot of, foolish things. Go ahead, Auburn.
Real quick. You said they said how many billions overseas, right?
Okay.
It's estimated that it will cost only $1.5 billion to fix Flint's water issue. When we send Israel, how many billions a year? Right? How many billions we send Ukraine?
Yeah.
Right. So understand is that if we take a small, minute percentage of the money that we send overseas, we can fix Flint.
Think of how much money goes into the beauty industry. I remember there was one I couldn't wrap my head around where they had changed our benefits, where they took money out of getting massage therapy and chiropractic work, and they put that money into hair plugs. And I remember thinking like, okay, so being bald and getting hair plugs is more important than chiropractic care. And these are the kinds of things that our oppressor puts his money in. Billions of dollars into the beauty industry. All that makeup and BBL bullshit, they will waste trillions of dollars, Abawan. Putting $1.5 billion, into towards getting clean water for people is absolutely nothing. You know what I mean? It just further shows how much they hate us, right? Children are our oppressors, and that truth will help set you free here, in this kingdom, in this oppressive world. Ka'ar, if you could read the psychology of a child for me.
Can you hear me, sir?
Come.
The AI overview says the mind of a child in psychology refers to their unique cognitive, emotional, and social development, recognizing there aren't miniature adults, but think and feel differently, focusing on stages. Like Piet's, I'm guessing that's French. Attachment, nature versus nurture, and forming narratives.
Right, forming narratives. Narrative is a story. The way a child forms a narrative, forms a story, is different than an adult. It's not something that's hard to understand. Children think very differently than adults, extremely differently. And the better you understand the mind of a child is the better you will understand white people. That is the truth about who they are. You know what I mean? This is only, one of the characteristics of our oppressor. He is a child, and the way he forms narratives is extremely childish. Nobody in the world can't tell me Donald Trump is a child. The way he moves, the way he acts, that is a grown-ass child to come to the conclusions that he does. He wants to be the little superhero that everybody looks up to, and he's just living out his dream, and everybody's life is just here to play with. Like he is a full out child. If you could jump down to what is it? The way they form, the way a child forms theories. It's at the bottom, I believe. Yeah, what's that last one say?
Influential figures and works.
You might want how a child's minds work right there.
Yeah. Jump how a child's mind works.
Narrative and generalization.
Mm.
Young children make broad generalizations from limited experiences.
From limited experiences. That's what a child does. Like when they come to a conclusion about something, they have limited knowledge on this earth. You understand? Which is exactly what your oppressor has. He has limited knowledge of this earth. He doesn't understand the way things work. He doesn't understand, reincarnation. He doesn't understand the cycle of life. He doesn't understand where water comes from. He doesn't understand science. He doesn't understand the Bible. And the Bible has a knowledge to all these things. What were you going to say, Alborn?
Inject the bleach. Remember? That's what he said. Inject the bleach or inject sunlight.
Expound on that. I don't remember that.
Kahar, you got it? So during the first COVID wave, our president said that they need to find out a way to inject the bleach into their system to protect.
Oh, damn.
After that was said, you have people injecting bleach into their system. Now, I got a video to back it up.
Let's not get into that for time's sake. I believe it. I know it's true. You know what I mean? And when you say that, like that would sound crazy to somebody who is a adult. You know what I mean? To somebody who has, some form of reasoning. But if you understood that your oppressor was a child, like that wouldn't faze you. It wouldn't surprise you. You wouldn't be looking at them like, damn, did he really just say that? Because you would understand he's a child. He doesn't know any better. He's not somebody who should be in charge. He's not somebody who should be ruling the earth. He doesn't know any better. I remember somebody was talking to me today about parasites in the body.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, I went to look up, how do parasites get in the body? And one of the main causes is eating raw, uncooked food, eating raw, uncooked beef or pork. And the Bible tells you all through Leviticus, don't eat blood, don't consume blood, don't eat raw meat, cook your food. Not just cook it, but Leviticus says, wash the food, wash the meat, wash it. You know what I mean? Another way people get parasites is from not washing their produce. You get an apple or whatever, so some vegetables, wash the shit before you eat it.
Who was just saying don't wash the chicken, just cook it?
You know what I mean? And again, if you're a child, a child doesn't know any better. We got to understand that. Child doesn't know any better. And so how diabolical is it that these children taught us the Bible? These children came over with Christopher Columbus and said, we're going to civilize you. They came over and they took our records and they said, this is what this verse means. This is what this story means. You're listening to a grown child speak. There's a video I sent you, Ahabawan, on talking snakes. If you could pull that video up.
I'll send it to Kahar, but Kahar, you can't find it. You got it?
Oh, it might have been something about the Garden of Eden or something like that. Kahar. Yep, that's it right there. Play that.
My first Bible. In the Garden of Eden, Adam and Eve lived in a beautiful place that God had created for them, where the animals lived in peace and none of them were afraid. The Garden of Eden. Adam and Eve loved God very much.
Pause that.
Naked through the garden.
So think about this. They picked up this Bible. They read Genesis 1, Genesis chapter 2, and in their minds, they're formalizing their opinion on what this is saying. And they really came to the conclusion that there was a naked man walking around in a garden outside, some vegetable garden that you have in your backyard, full of animals, and lions are just beside you. What was that there? This naked man petting a lion.
We've seen that before.
Like, come on.
The lion ate the digger.
Yeah, I see. That's exactly what I was gonna say, boy. I see them playing with these damn lions and bears and getting mauled out of their stupidity. Like this is really what they taught us. And as you laugh, Abawan, how many of our people believe this shit today?
Most of them.
Shit, keep playing that card.
Because they had nothing to be ashamed of.
You got the video. Bring the video up on the screen.
Hey, sir, I once believed it. So
so did I, Abawan.
It was passed down. It was almost like we never read the Bible. All we did was listen, allow somebody to feed it to us, and never looked at it. You hear people. You don't hear too many. You only hear ISUPK say the Bible say this, the Bible say that.
Right.
Right. We say we follow Commander General Yohana, and then we say the Bible say this, the Bible say that. You got these Christians say they follow Jesus, but pastor say this and pastor say that.
God. Yeah, keep playing that.
They could do anything they wanted to, but there was only one rule they had to obey. God told them, "You can eat fruit from every tree in the garden except for one, the tree of the knowledge of good and evil."
Pause that.
Adam and Eve.
Now, they taught us, the Bible as this form of book that's going to teach us integrity. But for some reason, in the first story of this book, the most important thing were for these two naked people not to eat some apple or pear from a damn tree. That's the foolish shit that they taught us. I remember getting in the ISUPK and finding out that there is no apple even in the story.
It's not.
You know what I mean? And it's like, how do you come to the conclusion that there's an apple that God said not to eat as the most valuable lesson in life, or the worst thing on earth that you could do?
How do you come up with an apple when it said don't eat from the tree? Right. Well, there's more than damn apples that grow on trees. Right. So how did it become an apple?
And what did we just read about the psychology of a child?
That's right.
Right. They make generalizations from limited knowledge. You know what I mean? A child may have only eaten an apple by the time they're 5 years old. Maybe you don't give them all different fruits. They might only know one. They might only know of apple trees. You know what I mean? They're forming opinions from limited knowledge.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Keep playing that.
Eve knew that to perfection. Of all the animals that were in the Garden of Eden, the snake was the smartest and the most crafty of them all. One day, the snake walked up to where the woman was, and he fooled her, saying, "So God told you not to eat of the fruit."
Can you pause
of
it there,
that
sir?
tree."
Yeah, pause it. Go ahead.
If I may.
Go on.
Now look how this story in itself contradicts itself, right? He said the snake walked up to the woman in the garden, but they show him slithering down the tree.
Yeah, it's all bullshit. You know what I mean?
Legs. You gotta have legs to walk.
And what's so diabolical is this animal convinced two human beings, like it full out had a conversation that was able to convince two people to disobey God.
You know what's heavy about that, sir?
Come.
Is that the devil, right, convinces a husband and a wife to disobey God to this day.
Yeah.
And we don't see that. The same devil is telling you, hey, sis, take these food stamps, leave that dude alone.
Yeah.
Kick him out the house, put him in the street. Don't let him see his kids, put him on child support. That same devil that was in that same snake that was in the Garden of Eden, that same man is still telling you to do the same thing today, sis.
Yeah. And an adult can understand that, Auburn. You know what I mean? An adult can understand that there's a man in front of me, you know, convincing me to destroy my household. But a child's going to tell you this bullshit. They're going to tell you that animals talk, and they're going to convince you to disobey your God as, you know, as the entry of all sin, of all evil and punishments and judgments that come on this earth was because somebody ate some damn fruit.
If I may.
Go ahead.
Another thing about the snake talking is that white man science teaches you that you develop from monkeys and apes into humans, correct? So
Yeah.
why the damn monkeys ain't talk? Monkeys still don't talk.
Yeah, they're still not talking.
They're still not talking. I'm still not seeing a monkey turn into a human.
The whole theory of evolution is that people and things evolve, but yet somewhere down the line, evolution just stopped.
We see some evolution, you know, some evolving between, if monkeys developed into humans, we should see some of that evolving right now.
Yeah.
We should still see some people born with tails.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right,
What did Carr say? I couldn't hear him.
1 in 5 of those people are born with tails. So you see it. Kahar? Oh, he said he didn't have none, sir.
God.
But
If Kahar, could you grab 2nd Ezra's chapter 3 verse 5 in the Apocrypha? 2nd Ezra's chapter 3 and verse 5. You know what I mean? Like, we have to understand that nobody outside the ISUPK has ever understood the Bible. We got to understand that all that Christian garbage that they taught us is all bullshit. All of it. Like, they forced Blacks, Hispanics, and Indigenous to be baptized. They forced us on residential schools. They forced Christianity down our throat. They forced the slave Bible down our throat. They ripped out 70% of the Bible and gave us little pieces of the book. Like, this is what your oppressor did to you. They didn't teach you the Bible. They taught you fairy tales. They taught you lies. Ahabawan titled the class White Lies. These were things that were taught to us from Europeans. And they told us, this is the story that they told us, that if Blacks, Hispanics, and Indigenous, if they would just convert to Catholicism, if they would convert to Christianity, then we would be civilized. That's what they taught us. And you convert to Christianity, and you're going to be taught this lesson that eating a fruit from a tree is the worst thing you could do against God. That is the entire reason for all the evil that's on this earth. And that is absolutely idiotic.
If I may, sir.
Con, go ahead.
You know what I think when I eat an apple?
Con.
This apple is good.
Right. Con.
I might sprinkle some salt on it.
Con. Go ahead and read that, Carr.
This is the book of Second Esdras, chapter 3 and verse 5. And gave
Salakia, go up to verse 4.
Khan. The book of Second Esdras, chapter 3 and verse 4. O Lord, who bearest rule, thou spakest at the beginning.
So now we're going to read about what the Lord did at the beginning. Okay, keep reading.
Khan. When thou didst plant the earth, and that thyself alone, and commanded the people.
The people. There's more than one person that was created. He created the earth. He created people. Right? Keep going.
Khan, verse 5. And gave us a body unto Adam.
And there was one man that he gave a body. Keep going.
Khan. And gave us a body unto Adam without soul, which was the workmanship of thine hands. And
so think about this. The Lord created people in the earth. And then amongst these people, he chose one person. And you're going to see all throughout the Bible from this one man, the whole story of his lineage and his family tree. Because this Bible only focuses on one nation of people, one chosen person, one chosen seed. Keep going.
Khan. And didst breathe into him the breath of life, and he was made living before thee.
God, and he was made living before thee. Christians will have you believe that Adam was the first person on earth. That's what Christianity teaches you. That there was just one man, and this one man, populated the entire earth. And they can't understand things like, the Bible says, we're not supposed to commit incest. You know what I mean? A man's not supposed to sleep with his sister. But in this one particular instance, this is where a man could sleep with his sister and his kids and all types of foolery. And this is why people leave Christianity. Because they hear some bullshit, they hear something that doesn't make sense, and they're like, I can't be a part of this. Their adult mind is trying to reason what it is they're being taught, and they're like, this shit don't make sense.
Damn
this
right.
This is a contradiction. The Bible contradicts itself. Maybe you just don't understand what you're reading. Maybe you were taught this book by oppressive liars. Right? Keep reading.
Khan. Verse 6. And thou leddest him into paradise, which thy right hand had planted before ever the earth came forward. Verse 7. And unto him thou gavest commandment.
Thou gavest what?
Commandment.
Gave us commandments. Every Christian's going to tell you that there was no laws or commandments until Moses told the children of Israel how to live. When the Bible clearly says that the Most High gave Adam commandments, they won't have, a Christian will not have an answer for you on why God punished Cain. Because in their mind, there were just lawlessness before Moses. There were no laws. There was no dietary laws. There was nothing of tithing. There was nothing about obedience to God. When the book clearly tells you he gave this man commandments, gave this man rules. Like, we cannot understand the Bible from our oppressor. He doesn't understand it. Keep reading.
Khan. And unto him thou gavest commandment to love thy way, which he transgressed, and immediately thou appointedest death in him.
This man transgressed the commandments. Didn't eat a fucking fruit, man. He transgressed the Lord's commandments. This is how evil came in the earth, because God said, thou shalt not kill, thou shalt not steal, honor your father and your mother. God gave this man a code of conduct, a code of ethics. This man disobeyed it, and that's why evil came in the earth.
If I may, sir.
Go ahead.
You know, it's so heavy what you're saying about Cain. Cain broke a couple of commandments. One, it says, thou shalt not kill. He killed his brother.
Right.
You know, the commandments, these laws, statutes, and commandments also tell you to honor thy mother and thy father. You do not honor your mother and father by killing your brother.
Hell no.
Right. Then you got commandments about brotherhood. You know, love thy neighbor as thyself. Right. Cain would have never killed himself. Right. So he broke multiple. It's not, how can I say it? It's so heavy that that Christ said that love thy God with all thy heart, all thy soul. You know, I'm paraphrasing. And then he said the second commandment is to love thy brother, right? Love thy neighbor as thyself. Cain didn't do that way back in the Garden of Eden. He didn't love his brother as himself, because then he would have never unalived his brother.
Yeah.
Right? And with him never unaliving his brother, right? He wouldn't have to go off to Canaan to find a wife. And maybe, you know, Christians wouldn't be so damn confused talking about he married his sister. When the Bible doesn't speak about Adam and Eve having daughters.
Right.
They had Seth.
Like they cut out half the Bible, you know, 70% of the Bible, and maybe they didn't read this verse. Or maybe they read this verse and they were like, damn, this contradicts, you know, some woman listening to a snake. So I got to get rid of this part of the Bible.
So why she ain't listen to the tiger?
Go ahead, Carr.
God, I was just gonna say, yeah, like I was looking at this, like, damn, this scripture heavy, because I'm taking notes on it right now. Damn, this scripture is so heavy, and yeah, this is one of the reasons they had to take out the Apocrypha, because it made, you know, it connected the, you know, what they broke up into the Old Testament and New Testament, and it just made it make more sense.
Right.
So clear. Esdras, all his questions that he was asking just uncovered a lot of the secrets of the Bible, and it makes it a lot clearer.
God. Now think about this, Carr. Like go a little deeper. They'll have you believe in books like Enoch, because you'll be sitting there scratching your head like, you know, when did these angels fall out the sky and sleep with women? And then you'll read the book of Enoch where it says these different angels came down and slept with men. And you're like, oh, the book of Enoch is it. Think of all those Israelites who are like, damn, the book of Enoch and Jubilees are lost book. I think it's the book of Jubilees that speaks on animals talking in the garden. I'm pretty sure I heard that somewhere. And it's like, these people believe that Jubilees is making sense of the book of Genesis, making sense of the book of, the Garden of Eden. It's like their childhood fairy tales finally coming to life and finally making sense, because they saw reindeer talking and ducks talking and everybody's talking. It's like, man, our people are so lost. Go ahead.
Like a Disney movie.
Yeah. Straight out of a Disney movie.
Real. Oh, this is short.
You know what I mean? And it's yeah, go ahead.
It's like it, sir. I was just gonna say, yeah,
you're good.
So, you know, it just shows how much of how it is the culture of our oppressor. It's so Roman and Greek that, you know, just came down and slept with women, you know, demigods and all this. It's Greek mythology at the end of the day.
Absolutely, Carr. And you can bring up that next article on look up Inferno.
Right, well, you're bringing that up, you know, and because in Greek mythology, to piggyback off of Kahar, in Greek mythology, and in what is that? You know, even in this ancient, this Africans, whatever it is, African spirituality stuff, their gods came down and had sex with, you know, humans, right? Their God came down and had sex with humans and created these demigods like Thor and Apollo and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So, in order to push Catholicism, you got to be able to accept Greek mythology and overlay it onto the Bible, and give these biblical people, certain characteristics that the Greek mythology individuals and entities have.
God. And now think of a people, Ahabawan, right, who were never given the commandments of God. And they're put on this earth without the wisdom of the Most High. They might look at, the ocean and start worshiping the ocean. They might see some great whale and be like, damn, that's the mother of all whales. You know what I mean? They might see some big ass hippopotamus and be like, damn, that must be the river god. And that's where you get things like Mother Earth. You know what I mean? You start getting all these different deities that other nations come up with because they don't have the knowledge of the Most High. You know what I mean? Again, Christ said, don't cast your pearls to swine. Like, there is a wisdom that the nation of Israel has that no other nation had. You know what I mean? And that made us holy. What does holy mean? Set apart.
Yes, sir.
Like, that made us different from every other people. What he gave to Adam was something that needed to be treasured. You know what I mean? That was something that Adam should have done so much more with. You know what I mean? Right from the beginning. He should have been ruling the planet Earth and showing them how they should live. Teaching them not to eat, raw food and get parasites from eating pork. Like, Adam should have taught the world these things. He should have been the example. You know what I mean? That's the knowledge that these other nations don't have. Go ahead and read that article, Car.
Okay. This is Inferno. Through me, the way to the city of woe. Through me, the way to everlasting pain. Through me, the way to the lost. It says, for Dante, hell is depicted as a conical pit located beneath Jerusalem.
So this is what the Inferno is what Dante described in his poetry as hell. I think that word Inferno is an Italian word for hell. Okay, and this is a depiction of a man on him describing what hell is. Keep going.
Go. It says, created when Lucifer was hurled to earth from heaven.
Now, I like if you know the Bible, you know what I mean. In Isaiah, it says, paraphrasing, oh, art thou Lucifer, who has fallen from the stars of heaven. You know what I mean? That's in the book of, I believe, Isaiah chapter 14. I'm paraphrasing. And it's so stupid because every biblical quote unquote scholar directly tells you in that chapter that this has nothing to do with Satan and that this is the king of Babylon.
If I may, sir.
Yeah, go ahead.
This is Isaiah chapter 14 and 12. How art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer?
Oh, art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer. Slacky, finish that.
Son of the morning, how art thou cut down to the ground, which didst weaken the nations.
Read that part again, Ka'ar.
It It says, created when Lucifer was hurled to earth from heaven, spiraling down in a 9 concentric circles.
So it's saying in Dante's Inferno that Lucifer fell from heaven under Jerusalem and caused a pothole.
Yeah, children are our oppressors. Like Dante was very imaginative when he was, reading the book of Isaiah.
He probably was high.
He probably high. You know what I mean? Our oppressor is there's no more profane person as Esau. I mean, profane means unholy, ungodly. Esau is a drug addict. Esau is a sexual deviant. Esau is a liar. He is, full of every foul spirit. He was probably high as hell when he was reading the book of Isaiah. And what's so sad is that idea that he had was proliferated throughout the earth. You know what I mean? It was pushed so heavy as the real depiction of what hell is. Keep reading, Carr.
It says, these represent sins of increasing magnitude. Lust, gluttony, greed, wrath, heresy, violence, fraud, and treachery.
Is that 7 sins?
I think it was 9 that he had. He had something like 9 levels of sin or something like that.
Okay.
I think that's 8 right here, but then it says, and are populated by historical, literary, and mythological.
Right there. What kind of,
yeah.
Mythological figures?
Kind.
Mythological figures. What does mythological mean? Fake.
Yeah.
Fake news. That's fake news. I can sound like Donald Trump with my voice. It's fake news.
Yeah, it's wild. Yeah, I mean, and it's crazy. Like 2020. Well, we're 2026 now.
Yes,
like,
sir.
You can. There's so much knowledge on the internet. There's so many things that are just at your fingertips just by typing on Google, asking AI. I mean, you don't got to go to a library and find some book in the back of the library and read it to get a piece of information, which is exactly who the men above us did to establish this school. Like, they did some serious research. You know what I mean? And they told us back in 1969, hell, the depiction of hell today is what Dante's Inferno wrote up in a book. Now, I tried looking at the poetry of Dante's Inferno. That is a long ass book to read through. Salakia.
It's a good sleep.
That is an annoying ass book to read through, and it's poetry. To me, it's annoying because it's Europeans' poetry, and that shit is is bland as hell. You know what I mean? It has no flavor. It's very hard to digest.
Like wiggle rap.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I mean, and the men above us read through these things, and they're like, this is where the idea of hell comes from today. All right, keep reading, Carr.
Says each circle is rife with the visceral sounds, smells, and sights of eternal punishment.
Eternal punishment. I remember this this European Christian was having a conversation with somebody from our school, and he was asked the question. I'm paraphrasing the story, but if a 5-year-old child, 5-year-old little girl, doesn't accept Christ or believe in Christ, is she going to burn in hell for eternity? And that European Christian said yes. Like this little child who has never stepped inside of a church can't comprehend, you know, a lot of things of life, has never stood in front of a pastor in a church and said, what do they say? I accept Jesus or whatever they say.
Get down on your knees and cry.
Yeah, she didn't get down on her knees and cry and say, I love Jesus and I accept him. I didn't confess with my mouth that Jesus is God. Because that 5-year-old never did that, she's going to be eternally punished.
If I may, sir.
Come on, go ahead.
Well, yeah, and let me ask this in the form of a question, right? Is that would Dante's Inferno be another tool for, you know, by the oppressor to keep you from following the Bible? And the reason why I ask this question is because if you know, most people don't know what heaven is, right? They don't know heaven is rulership. They don't know that hell is what black folk are in, Native American, Hispanics are in right now. So Dante's Inferno would be a distraction from you understanding what's really heaven and what's really hell.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And you're left with, you know, certain ideologies like the one I just brought up. Mm-hmm. Like imagine you're just a genuine brother or sister and you go to ask your pastor a question like, so, you know, my 3-year-old niece just got hit by a car. Are they gonna burn in hell for eternity? And what does that pastor look at you and say? He don't have the answer.
No, he don't.
Or he might, you know, stand on his beliefs, and he might say, "Yeah, I'm sorry to tell you, but they're gonna be burning in hell for eternity."
What's so heavy about that, sir?
Come.
Is that everybody think that one of their fallen, you know, loved ones is in heaven.
That's right.
Looking down on them.
Come.
So none of them think they're in hell looking up at you.
Yeah, like you a sister who went around sucking 50 man's rods, and you're like, I know my auntie's up in heaven looking down on me. I can't wait to get up there with her.
What's she gonna be doing in heaven?
and you know why you want to believe that, because what's the opposite? The other one is she is burning in hell for eternity.
If I may, sir.
Come.
Scripture that says, and I'm paraphrasing about what is in I think it's in the Lord's Prayer when it says, let heaven, let earth, whatever be done in earth be done in heaven.
Right.
What's that? Carhart know the scripture.
Yeah, that's in Matthew, I think, chapter 5.
So if she down here blowing up everything, what you think she gonna be doing?
Damn. And you know what? And a logical mind, a Habawan, might ask their pastor that. You know what I mean? They might ask that question because they're like, look, this is what the verse says. And they're trying to make sense of all this bullshit that's been taught to them. So what do they do, to your point, Habawan? They leave the church. They leave the church because it doesn't make sense.
Because ran through it.
Man. Yeah, it's a sad thing. Unfortunately, it's sad because it has our people really bugged out. You know what I mean? A lot of us believe in some of these fairy tales, and we can't make sense of the Bible. And what the logical conclusion you're going to come to if you believe this garbage is that this book is a book of fairy tales. You're going to look at it and say, this book is bullshit. You know what I mean? I remember being asked the question one time, as a Christian, I remember being asked, how do you phrase it? He said something about the God of the Old Testament is a psychopathic serial killer. And he said something like that. He's like, he murdered the entire earth. He's like, how is that God a loving God? And I remember thinking as a Christian, like, nigga, I don't got the fucking answer for you. That's a good ass question.
Oh, Pharaoh Army, the people that turn against them,
right?
Follow them up. Think about it. The Lord, I can agree with that. The Lord went through, and then He allowed David to go through and smite them. Ooh, wait, David went through. Then Mattathias went through, and what was that? The Maccabees, Judas and John. Mark Best.
Dude, Ka'ar had that in the book of Ezra's. You know what I mean? You read down in Ezra's 2 and verse or chapter 3, you know, it talks about how the Lord flooded the entire earth but Noah.
Killed.
So you killed billions except for eight people? Like you killed everybody. And you didn't just kill them, you drowned the motherfuckers.
Hold on, wait. Yes, Sodom and Gomorrah.
Man.
And then when Lot's wife went back, you too, bitch. Like
I thought God was all love, Ahabawan. I thought God loved everybody.
Oh, I haven't seen that yet.
Like, how are you gonna answer that, Christians? God loves everybody, but he drowned everybody.
For real.
He loves the Egyptians, but he took out the firstborn sons. He was unaliving little kids, little children.
If I may.
Right. Go ahead.
Hey, some little kids was talking about a prophet and some bears mauled there.
He sent them bears after them.
Look at Chicago happy because they bears in the bears. That's what I'm saying, bears. There's some bears out there. What'd you say?
I was gonna add, like this whole topic, speaking on, hell and things, is one of the reasons why I didn't believe the Bible, because it never made sense to me.
Exactly.
How a murderer or a rapist could just be like, oh, I believe in Christ and now and then get into heaven. You know what I mean? Or, it reminds me of that one indigenous chief leader that said if the Spaniards is gonna be there, what do you say? If the white man is gonna be in that heaven,
I don't know. And that's a real practical question. You know what I mean? Like I know sisters that have been, sexually abused, and they're sitting there trying to, reason to themselves and reason and plead with the pastor to make sense of how is this person that molested me gonna sit beside me in church and go to heaven.
That's not third church. That's not heaven. That's Thanksgiving.
Yeah,
that's Thanksgiving.
That's hell for a sister. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? That's hell for a lot of people, and they're sitting there trying to suck it up and just accept the Christian bullshit that's being taught to them.
Yes, sir.
You know what I mean? Only an abusive bastard would teach you that lie, which is exactly what Europeans taught us. They taught you to love the person that is molesting you, to love the person that is abusing you, and you're going to see them in heaven. You're going to hold hands with them in heaven. And that's supposed to be what you look forward to. That's the God that you're supposed to serve. That's the Bible that you're supposed to believe in. Go ahead.
I was about to say, the white man teaches you to follow Stockholm. What's the Stockholm syndrome?
Stockholm syndrome. Come on.
It teaches you to love the person that has abused you, love the person that has constantly manipulated you and deceives you. You know why? Because that's what he's done. And you should love that white man.
Yeah.
Why you should love him? Because your Jesus is white, and your Jesus died for you on the cross. And since he died for you on the cross, you should love all white men, because God loves everybody and Jesus was God. That's what they teach you.
Khan, and you know what? That's a perfect. I want to segue to the next one just because I'm watching the time. I got a lot of things I want to get to. If you could bring up, there's a video on the Jewish people being God's children, because that's a perfect point to what Ahabawan is saying. Because like they didn't just teach you to love white people. They taught you that Europeans are God's chosen children. They taught you that they are the holy of holy, that they are the representatives of on this earth as God's chosen people. And you got to really understand the psychology of that. You know what I mean? General Muhammad had an excellent class on that, breaking that down. You know what I mean? And they want to teach you to love and support these people. Like the greatest lie to ever exist on this earth is that Christ, Yahushua in the Hebrew, is a white man.
Oh, wait.
That Christ was a Jew, you know what I mean, a man from the tribe of Judah, and they are white. And that's, you know what I mean, that's your perception on who the children of God are. It's a very psychologically damaging understanding. I remember Commanding General Yohana had said one time, and I'm telling you, Ohabawan, this was like, I remember listening to what General Yohana said, and I made it my goal for my kids to beat that black doll test. Because I remember he had said one time, if you can get your children to pass that black doll test, you have done something as a parent. You know what I mean? Because in the minds of these kids, they think the white man is the hero. They think Becky, that little doll, is the image of beauty. They think their nappy head is evil and wicked before the time the child can barely speak. Go ahead, Abuan.
Real quick, sir, just to piggyback off that, what you said about the white Jesus. This is AI overview. Identity theft is a significant and involving global crime, with recent data highlighting a shift towards more sophisticated AI-driven attacks. In 2022, right, this was where the largest amounts of identity theft. Now, identity theft is the largest crime committed across the globe, right? Think about it. Christ even had his identity stolen, right? So it says in India, Japan, and the United States. That's what the biggest, the largest amount of identity thefts happen, right?
That's diabolical.
Christianity is one of the largest religions here in the United States, right? With Christianity being one of the largest religions here in the United States, guess what? Identity theft, right? Who's the most powerful man? The most powerful man that walked this earth was Yahushua Mashiach, or Jesus Christ, right? His identity was stolen by a white man, and now in the United States, identity theft is one of the highest crimes in the United States, a country that pushes Christianity, which pushes identity theft.
And if I could add, Abuan, like your auntie in your house has that picture on the wall of white Jesus, and because of mythology, because of Roman and Greek culture, you believe Jesus is God.
All identity theft.
You believe that white boy is God, God himself that walked this earth. Like that is the perfect picture image of the person that you worship. You know what I mean? It's so diabolical because that race of people, they are the devil that the Bible speaks of.
That's right.
They are, like Micah said, or it might have been Malachi, they are the border of wickedness. Like that race of people is an absolutely diabolical virus on this earth. And to accept them as your God, man, that's why you live in hell. You know what I mean? That's why you see all the destruction that you do. Go ahead and play that, Ka'ar. You got to keep moving along. And
it was sobering.
Ahabawan, if you could
to explore the
hold
of the righteous among the nations, and see
Ahabawan, if you could hold Ezekiel chapter 36
to protect the Jewish people. Israel paid such a high price to become a nation. And even after becoming a nation, they continued to pay a high price to defend the only tiny piece of our planet they have ever truly called home.
God.
So
You hear the video, sir?
Yep, I can hear it.
Reborn.
We can't hear it
in a
here.
day. And then, there's a huge fight to sort of establish control of this new state. But when all the dust settles, Jerusalem is not in Jewish hands. Why is what happens in 1967 so important for the Jewish
Did you actually hear something?
So, the original impetus, the European impetus to create a Jewish state begins with the end of World War I, really, and different programs and plans. What happens, without going to the whole story, is initially Israel was supposed to be huge, 3 times the size of what it is today, even with those territories that are disputed. By the time we get to
What's that crossed out right
1948,
there?
the British have taken the remaining 25%.
Go to the sound. Go over. Go down. Go
which
over.
in
Go
violation
over.
of the
Go over.
agreements they signed
Right there.
internationally, created Transjordan or whatever, and wanted to subdivide that. So the Jews were going to end up with 15%.
Pause it. Pull up another
It was-
video
it
and
was
see if another one
basically
play. It could just
an
be on.
impossible little pieces of little territory. The Jewish population accepted it. The Arabs rejected it. So when the British finally pull out on May 14th, 1940, Israel declares itself a state. 6 Arab armies declare war and invade. We should have lost that war. It was 45 million Arabs against 600,000 Jews.
Oh, is
It's
it?
the world's longest war over a year. 1% of the population is killed as a consequence of.
Right. So, like, it's so diabolical what they did, and they insert themselves in the Bible, as if they're literally fulfilling prophecy. They're fulfilling biblical prophecy. He says we had like 600,000 Jews against 4 million Palestinians. And, just listening to it, buying into every lie you've ever been told, you might think like, damn, these Jews accomplished something. Maybe these Jewish people really did have God on their side. When you read every historical event in the Bible of the children of Israel defeating their enemies, they did it with the Most High. They had the power of God on their side. They didn't have the Americans. They weren't relying on other, European countries to defend them. Like, the Jewish people did not win that war with God on their side. They won the war with the Americans' military.
Yes, sir.
Like, that's their history. Keep playing that video.
Rejected it. So when the British finally pull out on May 14th, 1940, Israel declares itself a state. 6 Arab armies declare war and invade. We should have lost that war. It was 45 million Arabs against 600,000 Jews. It's Israel's longest war over a year.
Damn, they said 45 million Arabs against 600,000 Jews. That's what they believe in. They believe there were 600,000 Jewish people against 40 million Arabs.
He not counting the white man he had on his other white man. He had America flying up, dropping bombs on their ass.
God, keep playing that.
Jerusalem, which includes the Old City, is lost to the Jordanian Legion, which will itself illegally occupy a huge chunk of real estate, which wasn't supposed to be part of Jordan. They're on the other side of the Jordan River for 19 years. And Egypt will take the Gaza Strip. Neither of those, according to any international agreements, even the latter ones, are supposed to be part of those two countries. In 1967, this time only 3 Arab armies tried to destroy Israel. It's Syria, Jordan, and Egypt. And in 6 days, what is arguably one of the most miraculous victories in human history, Israel would triple its territory and completely destroy 3 Arab armies. And for the first time in 2,000 years...
Now pause that. They get inside of Israel, and doesn't the Bible say that the world would know war no more?
Yes.
What wasn't that the prophecy? This prophecy that he's talking about, when you read through the Bible, you'll see that they don't fit any of the prophecies. There's not supposed to be war in Israel. We're in 2026, and there has never been peace over there. They've been over there, what, 70 years?
And been fighting every year.
Fighting every year. I thought there was supposed to be peace.
At least in Israel. Right?
At least.
The scripture, and I'm paraphrasing, the scripture says when the children of God return to Israel, there will be peace in the world.
God.
They don't have peace in Israel.
Hell no. Keep playing that video.
Since the Roman destruction of Jerusalem, and even then, we didn't have sovereignty over Israel. We were a puppet state. But the first time in 2,000 years, Jerusalem is in the hands of the Jewish people. The Temple Mount is in the hands of the Jewish people. And we have a unified state now with everything that's within the biblical boundaries, more or less, are now more or less back within the hands of the Jewish people. Most importantly, the biblical heartland, which is ironically what's called the West Bank. I never use that term because they say from the river to the sea, which is from the Jordan to the Mediterranean, Palestine will be free. But that piece of real estate looks like a giant figure 8, which included Jerusalem and everything north and south. That is, if you take a Bible and you read where all the stories are taking place, it's not in Tel Aviv.
Right.
It's in Hebron. It's in Samaria. You know, it's in these places that, and so that is finally back. And that, by the way, gives impetus to the birth of what's called the Gush Emunim. Gush is a cluster of believers. The settlement movement is a religious messianic movement that is all about, now that God has given us this miracle. 48 was a miracle. We're going to have, in a few days, Yom Yerushalayim coming up, Jerusalem Day. That's an even bigger miracle. Clearly, the process is moving towards its final culmination. We're just missing the Messiah and the temple being rebuilt, so it leads to the settler movement, but it gives, amongst the Christian population, worldwide, they're seeing it, yet another thing you could check off. That shouldn't have happened. Jews shouldn't be here, but they're back. This Jewish state is reborn in the ashes of the Holocaust. One of every 3 Jews is murdered and survives a 1-year-long war against 45 million Arabs when they had no weapons. State of Israel prospers. God says it. You'll shoot forth your branches and bear your fruit by people. Your return is close.
So you notice he said the state of Israel, not Israel, the state of Israel.
Yeah, he said even though he knows that this small chunk of land isn't, the whole land of Israel, we're in this small part. We're this little piece that we're holding on to fulfills prophecy. Yeah, I mean, he says the Holocaust. I mean, there it is in the Bible. That's us being destroyed. That's us being hated by all the nations. That's us, coming to damn near extinction. You know what I mean? They try so hard to fit themselves in this book, right? Keep playing. It's almost done.
They in the book. I'm glad.
Yeah.
Hand. That's what Ezekiel says. Behold, I will return to you, and you'll be tilled and sown. I'll multiply men upon you, the entire family of Israel. Look, it's all coming.
Pause that.
Jerusalem.
Grab that Ezekiel 36 and verse 10.
Sorry.
Go ahead and read that.
This is Ezekiel. You said 36 and 10?
Come on.
Chapter 36 and verse 10. And I will multiply men upon you, all the house of Israel, even all of it.
Now, you think white people are multiplying?
If I may.
Man, go ahead.
Now their mortality rate is higher than their birth rate.
Say it again.
Their mortality rate is higher than their birth rate, which means that there are more white people dying than it is of them having children. So that's why Trump is trying to push this anti-abortion law, because 350,000 of our sisters, babies are aborted in our people every year, and they outnumber us. So how many of their babies are they aborting? Because they're aborted a baby to go to the 10th grade. When I was having them babies, and you in 10th grade with a baby.
Was Kar gonna say something?
Sir, I was gonna say over there in the land, they get skin cancer.
Yeah,
Very high rate.
that's right. They're dying of skin cancer. Their mortality rate is higher than their birth rate. They got Tel Aviv and all those LGBTQ pride people. You know, a man is not making a baby with another man. So I don't know what they're talking about multiplying.
You know what, sir?
Come.
Heavy about what you're saying is that if they want to bring their birth rate up, they might want to ban homosexuality.
God.
You might want to tell these dudes, if you get you got to get a woman. You can't get no man.
God. Jump up to verse 5 in Ezekiel 36.
Come on, sir. You ready?
Come.
This is verse 5. Ezekiel chapter 36 and verse 5. Therefore, thus saith the Lord God, surely in the fire of my jealousy have I spoken against the residue of the heathen.
Keep going.
And against all Udumi.
All of who?
Idumi.
All of who?
Idumi.
The Lord. Now this is what's wild. The Lord is against the heathen, and the Lord is against all of Idumea. And in this prophecy, the Lord is going to give the heathen as a possession to the Israelites. Now, you follow Christianity and you follow these white lies. They're such good liars, Ahabawan. Like white lies. The topic of this class, white lies on top of white lies. This is a prophecy about destroying Idumeans. This is the biblical name for the white man. And this man is taking Ezekiel and saying, this is about us. This is about us multiplying.
We talked about identity theft.
Man. Grab Revelations 12, verse 3. And Ka'ar, grab Revelations 20, verses 2.
Revelations chapter 12 and verse 3. And there appeared another wonder in heaven. And behold, a great red dragon, having 7 heads and 10 horns.
Now, you follow the ideology of a child. They're going to teach you some Game of Thrones type looking ass dragon is going to come out the sky. And this is why no Christian can ever explain the book of Revelations.
If I may, sir.
Go ahead.
Isn't the dragon an animal? What animal have you seen with a goddamn crown on?
Good night.
Come on, think about it. What animal have you seen with a crown on?
Ask your pastor what this is talking about. This dragon with a crown on its head.
He gonna know what the verse 4 say. He gonna tell you what verse 4 say. You know that, but he can't tell you what verse 3 say.
Can't. Now I know if I ask Ka'ar who this dragon with the 7 heads and 10 horns. Ka'ar can explain this. He's gonna break down all the different nations. He's going to bring out Belgium and Italy and Portugal and the Switzerland and Netherlands and Belgium and the US, because this is a book about a man and his dreams. You know what I mean? A brother who was given dreams, and only a wise person can understand this. You know what I mean? A child could never understand this. They're going to really think that Revelations is about Game of Thrones. The shit's not going to make sense to them. Go ahead and read that verse, Car.
This is the book of Revelation 20 and 2. And he laid hold on the dragon
Mm-hmm.
that serpent, which is the devil.
Right. This is that old serpent. It's this dragon. that serpent, that damn cartoon had this talking snake talking to some naked white lady, telling her, don't eat that fruit from the tree. Right? Keep reading.
Khan out of Wakan, which is the devil and Satan, and bound him 1,000 years.
Keep going.
Verse 3, and cast him into the bottomless pit, and shut him up, and set a seal upon him, that he should deceive the nations no more.
And that's what's so important that we got to get off of, are these white lies. All these different European nations, they need to be shut up. Their lies need to stop being pushed on the earth, because they are deceiving the nations.
Mm-hmm.
They are going around deceiving people. Not a talking snake. Talking snake, you don't have to worry about that little garden snake that you see in your front yard. That shit is not going to convince you to go and molest somebody's child. It's not going to convince you to be a drug addict. It's not going to convince you to go to a strip club. That snake ain't doing shit. But there is a man telling you that weed is legal. There is a man telling you that, the strip club is free to get into. Come and have a good time. There is a man telling you these things. And that is the man that taught you the Bible. Go ahead, Abu.
Same man told you that man can marry another man, when the Bible tell you man shouldn't lay with man as womankind.
Mm-hmm.
Same man deceived you in that. That same man said, guess what? It's okay for think about this, sir.
Mm-hmm.
You have these individuals that sexually assault young children, and these individuals get less time than an individual that pull a Ponzi scheme.
God.
You know what Ponzi schemes are, right? Pyramid schemes, right?
Yep.
So the individuals that pull the Ponzi scheme, they're getting 20 plus years. These individuals that sexually assault young children, they get them 5 years. You sexually assault a woman, you get 5-6 years.
Yeah, they're in the neighborhoods right now, and they put them out as yeah.
These people that you stole some investors' money. They had money to give you. It's not like investors don't give you their last dime. Because they got to eat, and they got to pay mortgage, and they got to pay bills. So you'll get something that they can, here you go, take that. You never hear about these investors say, I gave up everything, and wow. You might.
Yeah.
But you don't usually hear about that. But these children that are being sexually assaulted, it changes the direction that their life is going to go in, right? You got women that become extremely promiscuous because they were sexually assaulted, or become these super studs. You got men that become, hypersexual, or, they become LGBTQ. Because you've changed this person's life. If I take $10, $20 from you, right? If I take $100, $1,000 from you, that don't change the rest of your life. But if I go in and take the innocence of a child, right? If a person takes the innocence of a child, that changes that child the rest of their life. And that way, I believe that laws should be set up where those people should get more time than somebody that stole $100 from you.
Yep.
You get more time for shoplifting than assaulting a kid.
Shoot, you have people robbing the country of millions of dollars, and they sit in the jail cell for, a couple of weeks. You know what I mean? So this whole place itself is just corrupt as hell. You know what I mean? We got to understand that. Grab there's a video on family trees, and a hubble on grab Matthew chapter 1 verse 1. Now I'm gonna start showing a little bit of the flip side. You know what I mean? This is there's a practicality to this Bible that we as Blacks, Hispanics, and Indigenous were never taught. And when we start shaking off all the fairy tale bullshit, fairy tale lies on this Bible, you know, we can better understand what it is, what it's saying. Go ahead and play that.
Welcome to County Office, your complete guide to local government services and public records. Let's start learning.
How does a family tree arrange members of a family? A family tree is a visual representation of a family's lineage. It typically starts with the earliest known ancestor and branches out to include all descendants. The tree is arranged in a hierarchical format, with each generation branching out from the one before it. The top of the tree represents the earliest known ancestor, with subsequent generations branching out below. Each branch represents a different child of the previous generation, with their own children branching out from them. Family trees can be organized in a variety of ways, depending on the information available. Some trees may include only direct descendants, while others may include extended family members such as siblings, cousins, and in-laws.
Pause
In
there.
addition to names, family trees may also include dates of birth and
Pause
death,
there.
marriage information, and other.
Ahaba 1. Read Matthew 1 and 1.
This is the book of Matthew, chapter 1, verse 1. The book of the generation of Jesus Christ, the son of David.
This is a book on the generations of a man. It's a family tree. And family trees can include some people. Family trees may not include everybody. It's something that's very basic. It's something that's very simple to understand. What's not easy to understand is a snake convincing a woman to disobey her husband. That shit don't make no sense. But you can read something as simple as, this is somebody's genealogy. It's something very simple to understand. Grab Baruch chapter 4, verse 1. Right? Keep reading the Ahaba 1.
Khan on the one Khan, sir. The son of David, the son of Abraham, verse 2. Abraham begat Isaac, and Isaac begat Jacob. And
Pause
Jacob,
it. So you got son of Abraham, who's a man, son of David, who's a man. The whole earth knows who Abraham is. The entire earth knows who Abraham is.
Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob.
The Abrahamic faith. The entire earth knows who this man is. And he was a man. You understand? David is a prominent person. The book doesn't have to list everybody in your genealogy. Abraham was a prominent person. And what do you do in family trees? You put in the prominent people. That's all a family tree is. Everybody knows who this man is. So this is the person we're going to name. Right? It's not something that's hard to be understood. Grab the Tel Dan Steli car.
So, sir, you want me to grab Baruch 4 while you grab that?
Yeah, Khan, you can read that.
Let me start at 1.
Khan, go ahead.
This is the book of Baruch, chapter 4, verse 1. This is the book of the commandments of God and the laws that endure forever. Go
ahead, finish up.
All they that keep it shall come to life, but such as leave it shall die. Such as shall die.
Right. Didn't 2 Ezra 3 and 5 say that Adam died because he didn't keep the commandments? That's all. Because you eat pork, you're going to kill yourself. If you go and kill another man, something bad is going to happen to you. You sleep with another man's wife, something bad is going to happen to you.
Damn right.
You lay with another man as a man, something bad is going to happen to you. You're going to get STDs and die. These commandments were given to us to live. The breath of life. It gave us some life. It gave us a good way of living. So we didn't eat raw meat and get parasites. Taught us how to clean ourselves. Gave us separation laws so the whole earth doesn't die of COVID. Quarantine laws, you know what I mean, to stop the spread of diseases. This is a book of the law, a book of practical knowledge. It's a book of genealogies, of history, of people. Go ahead and read that, Car.
This is the Meshe Stele, also known as the Moabite stone.
Oh, Slakia, grab the, I didn't send you the Tell Dan Stully. I was going to pull up a one on David first, just because we just spoke on David.
I don't think so, sir. I didn't.
Grab the, do you have a Cyrus cylinder?
Con.
Yeah, pull that one up.
Okay.
Yeah, we're going to read a couple things that are historical facts. Because all these things line up with the Bible. Because the Bible is a history book. It's a history book on the children of Israel. Go ahead and read that.
Okay. This is the Cyrus cylinder. The Cyrus cylinder is an ancient clay cylinder now broken into several pieces, on which is written in Alchemenid royal inscription in Akkadian cuneiform script in the name of the Persian king Cyrus the Great.
The Persian king Cyrus the Great, they found these stones talking about King Cyrus. Don't we read about King Cyrus in the Bible? Now you listen to some white man tell you about this Bible, you might have a tough time believing that this is a book about history. And how are you going to believe this is a book on history when you think that there's snakes talking to people and convincing them to disobey God? Like, it's hard for somebody with a logical mind to put those two things together. It's hard to take the Bible seriously when you believe in Christianity. It's a very hard thing to do. Ahabawan just read, this is the genealogy of Christ. But because you believe in Christianity, you're like, I don't know if this is his genealogy. I'm pretty sure he was born from an angel. I'm pretty sure some angel slept with a woman and impregnated Mary. You believe in that garbage. So how could you believe somebody has a family tree?
If I may, sir.
Go ahead.
This is the book of Ezra, chapter 1 and verse 1. Now in the first year of Cyrus, king of Persia, the word of the Lord by mouth of Jeremiah might be fulfilled. The Lord stirred up the spirit of Cyrus, king of Persia, that he made a proclamation throughout all his kingdom and put it in writing, saying.
That's heavy, Ahabawan, because again, how are you gonna, if somebody's reading that and you believe that angels are having sex with women, like, you're not going to be thinking about this book as some historical reference. It's going to be a very hard thing to understand. Because you got on one hand angels sleeping with women, and on the other hand, we're listening about a king of Persia. Did the Persians really exist? What's this story really about? Is it an allegory? Is it a metaphor? Is it literal? I don't know what to make of this story, because you got snakes convincing women to disobey God. Right? Keep reading that, Car.
Says it dates from the 6th century BC and was discovered in the ruins of the ancient Mesopotamian city of Babylon, now modern day Iraq, in 1879. It is currently in the possession of the British Museum. It was created and used as a foundation deposit following the Persian conquest of Babylon in 539 BC.
Now do this for me really quick. In what was that year?
539 BC.
Right now, Habawan was just reading about the king of Persia. Do a Google search, Car, and look up what year does the Bible date the king of Persia or Cyrus being the king of Babylon?
If I may, sir.
Go ahead.
Verse 2. This is Ezra, chapter 1, verse 2. Thus saith King Cyrus of Persia, the Lord God of heaven has given me all the kingdoms of the earth. He has charged me to build him an house at Jerusalem, which is in Judah.
Pull that up, Car. See if you can make that bigger. I want to know what the Bible dates King Cyrus being the king of Persia.
It says the Bible dates King Cyrus' significant decree allowing the Jews to return from Babylon exile to his first year of rule after conquering Babylon, which was around 538 BCE.
Was around what?
538 BCE.
So what? So the Bible gives the account of 538 BC, and archaeology gives the account of 539 BCE. I thought the Bible was a fairy tale book. Like, we got historical artifacts giving the same dates as the Bible, Car. What's another one I sent you?
I'll pull up the one you asked for, the Chaldean.
Grab Con, go ahead. You can read that one.
The Chaldean stele is a fragmentary stele containing an Aramaic inscription with dates to the 9th century BCE. It is the earliest known extra-biblical archaeological reference to the House of David.
So they found archaeological, slacky, I'm struggling to say that word, archaeological, why can't I say that word?
Archaeological, sir.
Archaeological facts that, slacky, we found archaeological evidence that the House of David existed. I thought the House of David was just a fairy tale. I thought David was just, a story of some man who killed a giant, some 20-foot giant in a cartoon. I thought the Bible was just a fairy tale, but for some reason, we're finding archaeology, show that these stories existed. Right? Pull up the Sennacherib Anos or Annals. Like, pause.
Yes, please. Said the Anos.
What else do we got?
You just said the angels did not have sex.
Go ahead and read that.
White man trying to make the Bible sound like a Diddy party.
Good night.
Sennacherib's annals are the annals of Sennacherib, emperor of the Neo-Assyrian Empire. They are found inscribed on several artifacts, and the final versions were found in 3 clay prisms inscribed with the same text. The Taylor prism is in the British Museum. The ISAC or Chicago prism in the Institute for Study of Ancient Cultures, and the Jerusalem prism is in the Israel Museum in Jerusalem.
Pause that. Ahabawan, grab 2 Kings 18 to 19. Or Slacky, grab Isaiah 36. Oh, no, grab that. That's fine. 2 Kings 18 to 19. Keep reading that, Car.
It says the Taylor prism is one of the earliest cuneiform artifacts analyzed in modern Assyriology. It was found a few years before the modern deciphering of cuneiform. The annals are notable for describing Sennacherib's siege of Jerusalem during the reign of King Hezekiah. The event is recorded in several books contained in the Bible, including Isaiah 36 and 37, 2 Kings 18 and 7, verse 17, and 2 Chronicles 32 and 9. The is mentioned by Herodias, who does not refer to the kingdom of Judah, and says it ended at Pelusium on the edge of the Nile Delta.
Drop that. Grab one more, Car. Grab the Hezekiah tunnel.
Did you want me to read that scripture, sir?
Come.
2 Kings 18 to 19?
Come.
It says, 2 Kings chapter 18 and verse 19.
Go up to 17.
Sir.
See, that speaks on Hezekiah.
2 Kings chapter 18 and verse 7.
17.
18 and verse 17. Sir. And the king of Assyria sent Tartan and Rabscias and Rabshakeh from Lachish to King Hezekiah.
King who?
King Hezekiah.
No, like you read in the book of Kings about the different kings on the earth. You got the book of Judges, you know, it breaks down all of the mighty judges on the earth. Got the book of Kings who speaks on the different rulers on the earth. And of course, this is all written from the lens of the Israelites, speaking on our history, our captivities, where we are in the world and what we're doing. Everything is from the lens of the Israelites. These are our records. And we clearly see artifacts all throughout the earth supporting these stories. You have other cultures that have their stories of their historical records, and they all line up with the Bible. So we really got to break this ideology of, you know, this book being some fairy tale book that was, you know, only meant for us 5,000 years ago. That ideology is foolish as hell. It's so foolish. It's crazy. Every time I see Captain Zariak debate somebody on how an angel didn't sleep with a man. And I love that one idea that they give of, could you imagine being a brother married to a woman and your wife comes home pregnant?
Bro.
And that woman tells you, looks in your face and tells you, it wasn't another man, it was an angel. Are you out of your mind?
You got a question?
But I don't think that goes over so many people's heads. I'm gonna get to you in a second, Awan. That really goes over so many people's heads, and it's really something just to laugh at because you gotta laugh at the idiocy. No man in his right mind is going to listen to his wife who comes home and says, "An angel got me pregnant." You are going to choke the shit out of that bitch, or kick her out that house. You're gonna commit her to a psych ward. You're gonna do something, but you can't logically believe that garbage. And I watch these people so passionately debate as if this is logical and true. It's really idiocy. Like you really have to be a child to accept that form of logic. Go ahead, Abu.
Sorry, if I may.
Huh.
Understand this. Brothers in today's society, right? They'll smash a chick. I only hit it once. This ain't my baby. Think about it. The Christianity is trying to say Joseph ain't even hit.
Yeah.
Hold on, wait. Brothers don't believe that if they can hit it once and get her pregnant. It's like I only hit it once. That's all it takes, bro. Come on.
God.
Only hit it once. Christians said Joseph ain't hit. They said Joseph ain't hit, and chick come home, I'm pregnant with your baby. Right. I was telling my brother, I say, what you got to understand is men and women lie. Men lie like, yeah, I was over Tommy's house. I was hanging with Pookie now. Women lie like, this your baby. This your baby.
Yeah.
Like, being over Tommy's house only affects y'all for the next 30, 40 minutes. This baby gonna affect you for 18 years. So you try to tell me Joseph was like, look, the angel had to come back and like, Joseph, don't put away Mary thy wife. So he smashed, right? Don't put away Mary thy wife, right? Because he's thinking like, man, I only hit it once. This ain't my baby.
Man.
And Christianity is gonna say he didn't hit, and this is his baby. Okay.
Yeah, that story is absolutely terrible. It's absolutely terrible, and there's so many different, so much different foolishness that will come out of a Christian's mouth to try to support that logic in that story. Like they really reach for the most outlandish sayings. I remember hearing one man say something about what was it? Mary had some godly box or something. Like they say so many different things, to try to justify that story.
Holy box.
Some holy box. Yeah, it's wild. Grab that last one for me, Kar, because our time's about to end.
This is the Siloam Tunnel, Siloam Tunnel, so known as Hezekiah's Tunnel, is a water tunnel that was carved within the city of David in ancient times. Now located in the Arab neighborhood of Sawan in eastern Jerusalem. Its popular name is due to the most common hypothesis that it dates from the reign of Hezekiah of Judah, late 8th and early 7th century BC, and corresponds to the conduit meaning mentioned in 2 Kings 20. According to the Bible, King Hezekiah prepared Jerusalem for an impending siege by the Assyrians by blocking the source of the waters of the upper Gihon and leading them straight down on the west to the city of David.
Now Hezekiah is trying to help his people.
Damn right.
And he did something practical. The nigga built a tunnel. Yeah, I mean, it's not some fairy tale. And they found this tunnel. Grab the last thing, or the Siloam inscription, because inside of this tunnel, this is kind of a side thing that I'll show. They found a lot of different inscriptions inside of that tunnel. See if you could pull that up, Kai. It's called the Siloam inscription. Just show an image of it if you could. And these are things that are spoken of in the Bible. And, it's so easy for us to, skim over some of these stories, because as a Christian, you're reading this like, I don't know what I'm reading right now. I don't know if this is a fairy tale. I don't know if this is some majestic thing that God did. I don't know if God sent some angel to sprinkle fairy dust on Hezekiah to build some magical tunnel.
It's not fairy dust, it's angel.
You know what I mean? Like we have such a hard time understanding these records because, again, all the different lies that have been taught to us. And we really have a tough time, siphoning through what's real and what's not. Yeah, what's a metaphor and what's not, because there's so much garbage inside of Christianity. All of it is lies. Everything that pastor ever taught you is bullshit. Everything he taught you was bullshit, because he got it from a nation of people that are children, a nation of people that hate us, a nation of people that have abused us for hundreds of years. And all throughout the Bible, the Most High says, these are the wicked people on the earth. Right? Did you find that, Car? Yeah, see if you can read this last part, and then we'll end out the class.
The Siloam inscription, or Silwan inscription, or Shiloh inscription, known as KAI 189, is a Hebrew inscription found in the Siloam tunnel, which brings water from the Gihon spring to the pool of Siloam.
So this is very simply, just for the time's sake, this is an inscription that they found in the tunnel. Pull up that image, Car. Right? Can you make it larger? What kind of Hebrew is that, Car?
That's ancient Hebrew.
That's ancient Hebrew.
I see Kwa, Ba. Yeah, Da.
Now, I thought that the Lashawan Kodash was a fairy tale.
That's only in IUIC, sir.
Like, come on now.
I could read it.
You can read it because you've learned under brothers in the UPK. You've learned from brothers who've studied. You know what I mean? Brothers who have the knowledge of this Bible, the truth.
Damn right.
They can read in the Bible that we were in captivity in Assyria. They can look up linguistics and be like, oh, damn, the Assyrians had a different form of Hebrew. I could see how we as a people started, writing in Assyrian. Oh shit, we were in captivity under the Greeks and the Romans. Of course we were speaking Greek. It's not hard to understand why we had names like Matthew, Luke, and John. Mattathias. It's not hard to understand these things because we were in captivity. You're in America today, dum-dum. You speak English. You were colonized by Spanish. You speak Spanish. Of course you're going to speak a different language. There's many types of Hebrew. There's different types of Arabic writing and Shemitic languages. You can't say that the Lashawan Kodash didn't exist.
If I may, sir.
Come on, go ahead.
It's different types of English. You got
That's right.
English, you got British English. You know, you got, so it's easily proved. Go ahead.
I was saying Southern English.
Yes. And Ebonics, right? So, you know, you got different styles of English.
That's it. You know what I mean? And that's all this book does. This Bible, you know, was this Bible is about, you know, the relationship of a nation of people with their God. It's about the history of the nation of Israel, starting from Adam when he was given the laws, the commandments of God. You know what I mean? All the way to us today, you know, who we are as a people supposed to keep these laws, statutes, and commandments. We're a people that are in a covenant with the Most High. When we disobey God, we're punished for it. When we obey God, we're rewarded for it.
Damn right.
And you see those Jewish people in Israel today, they can be LGBTQ all they want. The Lord's not dealing with them. The Lord's dealing with us. That's why we lost our heritage. We lost our identity. We lost our language. You know what I mean? And there's a day when the Most High is going to put us back in that land, that paradise, like it said in Esdras. You know what I mean? That the Garden of Eden, the land flowing with milk and honey, because that was promised to our forefather Abraham. You read through this book, you're just going to read about the history of us, our code of conduct. You know what I mean? Our code of ethics, how we're supposed to carry ourselves as a people. All right. So with that, we're over the time. Habawan, you want to say anything or close us out?
I'm good, sir. We are the ISUPK. Started out 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commanding General Yohana. Right. And what we do is we teach Blacks, Native Americans, and Hispanics who they are according to this Bible. What I want to say is Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shah to the brothers, Yahweh Shemar Lathah to all the sisters. Shalom Israel.
Hey, listen, brothers and sisters, man. If you like what you hear, hit the subscribe button, man. Subscribe to this channel. And also, please, go to isupk.com and pay your tithe. Drop me some cash so we can move around this planet like we need to, man, and do the things we need to do.
They're one West. They're one West. They're one West.